sending it on
Okay, so this says you're live now.
so it does say I'm live now.
Yeah. Okay, Google, turn on the sound. Yeah, that's working. So this says you're live now.
Okay. So
that's coming from Facebook. Yeah. Turn on the sound.
So I guess
okay, Google, turn off the sound.
I guess I lose all the screens, and the coolness from OBS. If I just use the Restream Studio, I can't,
Oh, you can't send it to all the other.
Right. Well, but you know what? It may be sending it to everything, but I can't use OBS to drive, to dictate when to start streaming. So which means I would have to rely on Restream to collect the video and store the video.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Right, which is fine.
Yeah.
Now I know. And
so does that only have implications for like the replay of the video, or they?
Well, yeah. What I'm gonna miss out on is all these different screens, because you can only see me on one screen right now.
Right. Okay.
So I'd have to look to seem as though I'm looking at you, without looking at my screen.
Right.
But the good thing about this, let me test if the OBS is open, if I could play music through this. Let's see.
That's clean.
I don't want to fight.
That sounds great.
Okay, so I wonder why it's doing that. Is it bad because you started playing Facebook?
Yeah, because I have it on the other screen over there, so I guess there's just an intrinsic delay, but it's working. It's working perfect.
Okay, so good.
Yeah.
That's to be my test. So now I'm gonna have to. And it was pretty easy. They didn't make you.
So what's the real benefit of Restream? Like, why not just go direct OBS to everything?
Because if I go just direct OBS, then I can't add you to a chat.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I have to use.
So this way I come in like a guest in the corner like this is the. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, and then I could hit spotlight, and then you would
cool.
Be
Cool. Okay.
And you could actually check people while this is being restreamed to. Let me check on YouTube and see if it's.
No, I feel like I've seen people do this with Zoom too. Is that intrinsic to Zoom, or is that our next thing interacting with Zoom?
You could also do it with Zoom. So you just you have to add the various platforms
into OBS, and then it's.
Well, no, you can either add it into OBS or you can add it into Restream. So in this case, is onto Restream. So I guess OBS is more of a I would say a one direction kind of platform.
It's just going out. Okay.
Where you can really showcase the different videos and stream to different.
Okay.
Whereas this is the interaction.
Allows the input back from other sources. Okay.
Yeah. So like Zoom. Where else? I could probably do a Facebook Live and add Facebook Live directly.
Right.
But I'm getting the Facebook Live here, which is fine.
Yeah.
So
what's the concept? So you're doing that like a weekly show or a daily show kind of thing with
So like weekly I'm doing this show where I'm connecting with Trinidad artists or any Caribbean artists. Yeah. And then getting people to meet them and hear about them.
Wicked.
So and then the plan is for Sundays and just run some tunes on Sundays. So it could just be a matter of using this platform, and then using OBS for Sundays. When I don't have a guest.
Right. Cool.
So really, one of the benefits from.
So have you been doing this for a little while now, or is this just starting kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I've done, let me see, 24 interviews so far.
Sick.
So now it's a matter of getting them all on YouTube so people could see them and they can hear from the artists. and then the mixes as well, so people could get the vibes for the new Soca for this 2021 and any other mix
Bad.
as well. So, you know,
That's fantastic, and it's such a great time to be accessing artists too, because I think they're happier than ever at this time with just to be out there.
right? Yeah, to get I mean, we're on the West Coast, right? You're in Vancouver.
Exactly.
There's 51 million people on this side of the north,
And
right? So you could stay in Trinidad on the Caribbean on the East Coast, or you could get a branch out to this side. So that's
totally. Yep.
how I see it, right? Get
Yep.
out to as much people because it's good music. It makes you feel happy, right? So,
Absolutely. And you saw that thing? We finally got a category on iTunes. That's pretty cool.
really,
Yeah, I saw that news just like 2 days ago.
what?
Finally, Soca has its own official world music thing.
Yeah.
Soca is so
Wow.
that's pretty major.
Man,
We've always had to ride under reggae or ride under world or some friggin'.
that's nice. It's been a long time coming, man.
So a long time, and we've been producing more music in volume than a lot of these other categories. But
Right.
so now it'll actually get
Well, they probably
more
figure out
traction.
the right algorithms and ways to monetize it on their side properly as well too.
Totally, yeah,
So, it doesn't go without somebody making sure that the numbers look right before they could
yeah.
pay the artists and make money from it and invest on the technology side to hold the music and even change the damn genre.
Right. Yeah, good things happening. Good things are happening. Well, we'll have to. I'd love to be involved with your thing sometime. I don't know what capacity.
Yeah. Because I mean, look how clear this is.
This is it's unbelievably clear. Like it feels like a TV network connection. It's right there.
CNN boy.
We don't need them again.
Look, a Canada, Seattle thing where you jump on and run some tunes. I jump on and run some tunes, and
Totally.
people are gonna really get.
And once the border open up again, boy, we could do some cross-border events.
Yeah, definitely.
So how long you been living in Seattle now? Because I remember you being weren't you in Alaska, right, for a long time?
I was in Alaska, yeah. But you remember the first time I came to Vancouver, if you remember, that was before I moved to Alaska. So I actually lived here before.
At the Caribbean Days.
At the Caribbean.
Right. Jeez, okay.
That was
Wow.
that was 2015.
Yeah, okay.
Right, the last
These
one.
time flies, eh? Holy shit. Wow.
Right, and that's when it used to be real massive, right? So
Yeah.
how is that now?
That has fizzled so bad, man. It's embarrassing. It's terrible what happened to that. There's a bunch of old trainees on the board, and they're still there. These guys are still freaking there, and they didn't let go. And all the youth that came in, they like basically scared them away to the point that nobody has any interest in it now. This year will be an interesting year because it was the first year we didn't have it because of the virus. But that could be the last. It almost at this point it feels like it needs to collapse to come back.
To come back.
Because there's massive corruption in it. Like I had a few friends went to a board meeting, like the AGM, might have been 2015 year yourself, and the first item that come up is they say, $30,000 went missing from the bar.
Wow.
And something, and nobody batted eyelash. The room was full of like 50 people. Nobody reacted. I was like, what did he just say? Nobody wants to say what happened there. What's the deal? How could we fix this? And okay, moving on. Next item, and some nonsense in the agenda. And I was like, okay, you guys have some kind of
Right. Wow.
racketeering going on. Typical Trinity thing.
And that's what we need to step away from, right? We have to, bring all our good business.
Big time, and that actually, in a roundabout way, did inspire me. I became way more active on my own thereafter because I was like, this entity is not really going to be too much help anymore. They're into their own thing. So yeah, I started doing more regular nights at the restaurant here, and that kind of kept the thing going for a while. But the restaurant's closed down since the pandemic, so let's start something up new and
and it's
time comes.
it's also the misconception of the owners as well, that like you and myself, and I can speak for a lot of other things that want to do the soca and stuff. It's not really it's for us we make a little money, but it's more about the music because most of us
Oh, it's big. Yeah, because nobody knows it. Like most times, until you have that momentum going, it's like you're presenting it brand new every single time.
right.
And normally you say with a DJ, okay, well you have to play. You don't play to the room, play what the people like. Well, the people don't know none of this shit.
Yeah.
So you just had to present. Like, but it's good. People are so receptive to it. I know there's a lot more soca that you hear in pop charts and stuff. So it's
Right.
it's easier for people to get into it, I think, now than ever before. And there's a true desire for the sound now. So it's a new time, I think. It's an
And your
exciting
boy Drizzy is be talking with so much Caribbean slang now as well.
Boy.
I think I would still believe that it's easier in Canada, demographic wise, than it is on the west coast of the United States.
Boy, I was thinking the opposite. No, it's probably it's probably the same shit, boy. It's West Coast because we kind of half removed like so many Trinis in Toronto, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what? Have you been to the Calgary thing?
No, I haven't.
Jeez, it's huge there. You have to go, but we should go some. Like it's a next level. They have out to the woodworks and it's cold and ice and snow there. Man, there are so many West Indians, so many Trinis. I went 3 or 4 years ago. They had Marshall play, sell out crowd 2 nights in a row.
Wow.
Like that just wouldn't happen here. That wouldn't happen here. Like we had Marshall that one time, 2012, and it was like I don't even know if they made their money on it. It was.
Have you been to Hollywood Carnival?
No. Is that pretty cool?
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge because they're really inclusive of all the islands and all these South American countries. So everyone gets really involved, and it's it's massive.
I'll have to check that out then. I don't know if you heard of or you remember Tyler Mulder, DJ Agent Mulder.
Yes, yeah.
Right, because he was really like he really did the most groundwork in Vancouver.
He flies.
Ago. He's moved to LA over the last 5 years or so now, and
okay.
He's the biggest. He's the only connection I have to that.
Okay.
Carnival, but I gather he loves it there. I think he kind of manages a bed and breakfast, and he still does his like weekly or maybe it's even daily stream.
He's been doing forever.
Oh man,
forever.
It must be over 10 years now.
I remember.
And the cool thing he did in Vancouver that made it work here,
mm-hmm.
which like he really mixed like the African culture and African music with which was both good and bad. He brought African, Jamaican, and Trinidadian together, so there'd be non-stop, bar fight. But that being said, he'd get the numbers out, so it was
that actually turned into a lot of rockers.
Boy. The Jamaicans looking for the ganja and the Trinis drinking the rum and they say, oh gosh, boy, step outside.
Wow. How do we, because I've been to so many events that's just, good, it's just good vibes. Nobody really causing,
it was more like, there's a lot of Africans here, so you start playing African music and get the vibe going, and then switch to a reggae scene, which is like a different scene.
Right,
it's a different scene. So if you came for one or the other, you kind of a little disappointed now when it was an abrupt switch like that. And you could do half and half, or you could do alternated songs, and it didn't seem to matter. It was just so in my brand, I've always decided like I'm strictly soca. That's it.
Right.
And people know that if they book me or that's it. It's like if you want a reggae DJ, well, he can open or he can do something else. But
right.
Not that I don't like reggae, but it's just like it's so hard to introduce it in the first place, and I feel that's more the mission I'm on as the passion I have. So
that's true. It's really dividing between being the change agent guy and looking at what happens when you start to introduce too much other stuff and distract.
Right.
Just to pay for the venue.
It gets scattered. And what I've always thought would be awesome, and unfortunately Vancouver doesn't. the facilities we have that could do it are too into mainstream stuff, but multiple rooms, a place with 2 or 3 rooms where like, okay, you go in here and there's reggae going on and there's dancehall going on in here, soca going on. That would be sick. People could move around as they liked, and it would be a whole thing. The closest you could do is like a boat cruise. But then you have the burden of selling the tickets and everything and
Right.
all of that.
Then you have no choice but to look at it as a business.
Financial, exactly, right? So it changes the game again. Yeah. I was lucky. I had such a cool thing going with the Reef restaurant because he would just let me keep the entire door.
Right.
And I some nights me and the guy I was doing it with, we'd each clear like $600. So it was worth it enough for me to do that. And
right.
We do it every couple months, so it was, I think people would look forward to and do that. So I still have that network. I think I'll be able to bring that back once
everything,
once the world normalizes. But
yes.
And I think all live music stuff is going to be pretty cool at that point in time because people are so pent up now, and I think they're gonna party hard.
Release.
Yeah. So how does the Seattle say? Like, where do you play, or how many people come out to the things? And
well, it definitely varies. For Seattle Soca, I did about 9 events, believe it or not, last year.
Sick.
And we got a lot of people. I started at Palm's Kitchen. I did 3 at Palm's Kitchen.
Okay.
And then switch from Palm's Kitchen to Paseo, which is more of like a northwestern Caribbean kind of food, so kind of like Cuban kind of thing.
Okay.
We have a really good relationship, so we did well there.
That's awesome. That's so important. That's the whole thing. There's your relationship.
But
these events, you need to do multiple of them to
right. Oh, and at the hotel in Bellevue as well. A hotel that's owned by Marriott. That one did well as well. But we do have to bring Afro. So it does well if you do Afrobeat and soca together.
Okay.
And then you drop some 90s dancehall in there. But you have to label the event soca and Afro, or soca, and then you just surprise people with some stuff. You can't really add the 3.
For sure.
You're going and really go hard on the 3 because I leave that for a restaurant called Taste of the Caribbean. They do something like that.
Okay.
The crowd is different. A different demographic. Not demographic, but different. I like a different price line now. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Jeez, but that's cool. But so there's definitely a scene though. There's stuff going on. Yeah.
Well, we are the whenever that's going on, we are the scene that bringing that.
Yeah.
There's room for growth. I really want to tap into the more professional, expensive network as well to put on, because I believe that soca music is meant to be in a orchestra setting, theatrical setting as well.
Yeah.
So because look at all the melodies and grooves and
big time, and they're super theatrical and yeah, I got it.
It doesn't deserve to always be in the back
club and a dark thing. Yeah, totally. And the Caribbean people like dressing up and
exactly.
Going out to a thing and put on makeup and do their thing up and so on. So it's
because people that come up to me and say, I really love the one in the uptown, but I don't really love the one in the restaurant because I come dressed up nice and what I mean? So it's like, but at the same time,
you probably know Mel in Vancouver here, right? He books all the big Caribbean stuff, and he always does. He doesn't even need to. He doesn't really do growth anymore. Like the guy could retire, but he does his summer boat cruise and the after summer boat cruise, and the he used to bring Byron Lee in the Dragon Years, and he used to bring Toots and the Maytal, and he is like our connection to like major stuff, but he's semi-retirement kind of things. He brought Marshall and the whole HD band and everything, but his New Year's event he charges like serious money for, but it sells out every time, and it's for the same reason. People just you pay for quality. You want that. You get more than whereas so many of us we trying to do we can do $5 tickets. Like, it's the wrong approach. Is the backward.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's got to be affordable too to invite. Is a challenge. Yeah, that find a happy medium. Man.
But it's some real macro and microeconomics going on.
But I've had some good stock picks lately, so I don't mind putting a little money to make the thing happen. I make my money elsewhere. It's as much a hobby as it is, and I'm grateful for that because, like, well, we were talking about Tyler earlier, and for him that was his 100% income. Wow. So he had to look at it different. I think he sold a little weed on the side, but basically he had to look at it as a business. Yeah, I'm extreme. But I have a decent job at pay as well, so it's like I'm able to look at it. This is my fun thing I do in the time off while helping to continue a community. And yeah, of course, I'd like to get compensated for it too, and have it pay off, and it usually does more or less, But
people start, and that's the other thing, letting people, is I have to dedicate some time to educate youths as well, to let them know that, even though you might see me doing this, DJing this and having a little chain and thing and, talking easy and shit, I went to university, I have my degree, I have my 6-figure job, I have my businesses, so this just didn't come overnight. I ain't just
no.
You know what I mean? So
and especially the scene we have, the part of the world we live in it's such a growing scene, which is exciting. Yeah. But it's we're not in Miami. We're not in these places where there's mass. Well, Toronto's interesting too, right? Because they have there's massive West Indians there, massive, because it's the closest airport. But it's so competitive. There's like, on weekends there's like 10 different soca events going on, and all of it is different.
But I'm happy not to be in that because then you're up against the man who's a drug dealer / gangster.
Yes. Yes.
Take you
it doesn't take long then for the cream to yeah. And I know the advantage I have over a lot of that is like I've been collecting, it's almost 10 years too that like I don't just know what came out last week. You can do the whole journey, right? Which is what a lot of people, not everybody has.
Right. You have some clout in the game.
And oh gosh.
Yes. That's cool, man.
I better watch the clock there, but a pleasure chatting with you, man, and I'm happy to do so again anytime.
Yeah, let's try to do a little virtual thing right here.
Totally.
Hit them some jams and
yeah, that will be sick. So what day do you have a fixed day you're doing, or just when the vibe catches, or what?
I'm thinking a Sunday vibe.
Okay.
Sunday vibe, we'll do a Sunday vibe. So
cool.
I'll have to come up with a little flyer for a little 2 hours Sunday vibe.
Yeah. So what's the to play? So your soft, like your audio, it plugs in basically to OBS. All the signals go into that, and then.
Well, everything is on the laptop. So OBS is running in the background, and it seems like with or without OBS, it's picking up through Restream as well. So but I use the HID mode on Serato as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's sort of my SoundCloud is being used. Not my SoundCloud, my sound card is being used from my my DJ set. So
do you plug in like to the mic line kind of thing coming out to the DJ set?
I'm plugged into the USB.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and my mic is plugged into the mic line. So that's the benefit, I guess, of using the HID mode. So I guess if you have a like a Pioneer, what do you call it? MIDI player.
Yeah,
it should look just as fine as long as the sound preferences on your Mac is set, for the
take the line.
Yeah, for the system to take over. Yeah.
Cool. Well, my work schedule is like I do 7-day blocks kind of things. I do like a week of days, and I have a week off, and I do a week of nights, and then I have 2 weeks off. So come Wednesday coming up, I'll have 2 weeks off, and then the cycle goes again. So
Okay.
yeah, it'd be fun to jump in some Sunday with you. And
So we will have to set something for next week Sunday.
yeah, we could do that.
Next week
Wicked.
Sunday. Soca Sunday vibe.
God, man.
Canada.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of the day, boss. And I'm
Yes,
glad
yes.
this working out.
All right. Yeah, I'm happy that this works, and thanks for being my my subject.
Yeah, absolutely. A pleasure.
I will. Let me see if I hit finish. What happened?